Has it ever occurred to you that the reason some people publicly defend or support someone who is being senseless or being foolish is not because they are also foolish or senseless? No. It is because they are enjoying the joke the person has become. So supporting the person, encouraging the person, gives them more fun. The person makes a joke of themselves the more, and it serves a purpose for them.
Actor Emeka Amakeze, a colleague, let's say junior colleague, if there is a ranking to that, although it doesn't really matter, of Yul Edochie, has decided to say one or two things. You heard him at the beginning. He's lambasting Yul Edochie. One, for coming out to speak against Rufai Oseni, a TV host in Nigeria who has been known to be very hard on politicians. And not just that alone. Also, his restlessness when it comes to his divorce or the polygamy thing. We all know that Yul Edochie has exposed himself, ridiculed himself, mocked himself. In fact, every Tom, Dick, and Harry poked at Yul Edochie, something that they would never have done before when he was still in his glory, when he was still mounting that pedestal, when he was still climbing that highway. None of these people who are speaking right now would have ever in any way said anything against him. They will never have tried it. But this insult, mockery, is not coming from people. It came from Yul Edochie himself. Yul Edochie is not that, famous, like, apart from the shine of his father. But he decided to put himself right on our face, right to our face. He did it. He kept on hammering. Hey, I want to tell you people why. I said to myself, is this a case of, a man who has conscience issues, or someone who is just trying to, a stubborn person, a non-entity who wants to forcefully push down to our throat, push down nonsense down our throat, telling us why he has to be polygamist, why? No one asked him at the beginning. No one cared what he wants and what he doesn't want. But he kept on coming on social media. I want to tell you people why. He started telling us things. Then he started going on and on and on about it. And all of a sudden, people decided to pick one or two things from what he's saying. And bloggers started like, okay, let's talk about it. Is there anything you have to say, Mr. Yul Edochie? We started analysis and we realized that what is there is deeper than what we are seeing. Until today, we are talking about it. It is true, like his colleague said, that you should learn to know when to shut up and go boil an egg or do something else. What in the name of struggling to make sense is this? Yul Edochie, like I said at the beginning, was so much foolish, struggling to tell us about polygamy, as if we don't know what polygamy is. And like I've always said, polygamy is not the issue. Polygamy is not the issue. You will find it across several religions. That is not the issue here. That is not the issue. It has always been like that. This world has been patriarchal, meaning it is a man's world. I'm not saying this to put the women down, but I'm saying that this world has been built in that way. Patriarchal, apart from that you find in some other continent, in some other places where it's one man and one woman. And even in that, you still have certain groups. Go to Utah in the United States of America, you'll find certain religious group who engage in polygamy. They are called the Mormons. They engage in polygamy. If you go to certain, parts of the world, polygamy is not like a big issue. Jewish people practiced it. Hebrews, they practice this. Middle East, Middle Easterns, they practice this. Polygamy is not like something that is now strange that we want to talk about. We are talking about the manner at which Yul Edochie went about it, even though polygamy might not be okay for everybody. The manner at which Yul Edochie went about it is the problem. He went into it headlessly. He went into it stupidly. And the manner he handled it does not make sense. You must be so rich or extremely rich, or you just did not care. You didn't bother about it. You said to yourself, anyhow, it doesn't matter. If you wanted something, different from what you've been having, we know that May, she is slim. That's her physique. We know that Judy Austin used to be slim, but became plumpy. If that is what you want, make it clear that you want double whopper burger and this small mini burger. It's okay. Tell us that is what you want. Stop telling us about how polygamy is this, how polygamy is that. So he drew us into this, and this brought mockery, disgrace. And this is exactly what his own father said, that if you pick a wood infested with maggots, you have all sort of creeping creatures coming to you. And this is it. This guy has decided to lambast him, ridicule him, insult him, and tell him, man, go get something else. Imagine telling Yul Edochie that used to be, praised and looked at like, oh, he's a movie director, he acts this movie, even though some of the movies they are acting, they've lost it. The industry has lost it ever since Netflix, Amazon Prime came in, and they have their standards. They are not going to accept some nonsense movie, nonsense and Godfather of the Moon of the Sky. You are not going to tell them about secret society. They know about it a lot. They know about it a lot. So what are they going to? That is all that Yul Edochie is good for. You will never find Yul Edochie on Netflix. Look at what those Yoruba actors are doing. They are the ones running Netflix. Look at what they are doing. They are putting out content. Yul Edochie is not part of that crew. When you talk about actors, people that can, Yul Edochie is not part of them. I don't know why he killed what is inside of him. His father tutored him, but he decided to kill it instead of him to project himself and liaise with those that will take him to the next level. He decided to bring in a woman that has no financial support. If you want to go into that, you should know that you have enough finance to handle it. He thought he was going to live in that house where May lives and nothing is going to happen. And maybe at the end of the day, Judy will end up living with her parents or somewhere, boys' quarter somewhere, a BBQ. Oh my God. But none of these things worked. So much disgrace everywhere. Until today, Yul Edochie is still disgracing, insulting himself. And of course, people will applaud you and tell you to continue because they want to laugh. This world is boring. This world is boring. So people want to laugh. They will encourage you, press you, tell you to do more. And you, foolishly, do you know that a lot of people never knew that Yul Edochie is this foolish? People used to see him in that, light of his father. People, when they hear his voice, they thought, oh, if you have this growling voice, baritone, you must be intelligent, you must be a man. When they saw his bald head, they say, oh, he must have enough knowledge, wisdom. But it's so sad. This guy, anytime he picks up his phone to talk, what comes out of his mouth, even a 2-year-old child will not utter such nonsense. Look at what his colleague just put out there to embarrass and disgrace him even more. This man just decided to finish the legacy of his father. I mean, when you hear Edochie now, there's no respect. What a pity. I don't know what you think about this one. Drop your comment, like, and share. See you in the next update.